I'm speaking with Councillor candidate Greg Crouse. Greg, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. I've lived in Hartland for 21 years. Been on the council for the last 5 years. I've worked the majority of my adult life in Hartland, and yeah, my wife's name is Renee. I got 3 young children. One of them is going to graduate next year, and that's it.
Okay. Our first question. The recently tabled federal budget has earmarked funding for green initiatives. How do you see Hartland benefiting from these funds?
Well, I see as this. We have a lot of infrastructure in town. We have a lot of buildings. We need to utilize these grants that are going to be available to put solar panels on our buildings, to make it more energy efficient, to lower our carbon intake, make everything more higher performing. What I understand, the program is going to offer money for retrofits, repairs, or upgrades to existing public community buildings and the construction of new buildings as well. Anytime that we have funding available through the government, we need to utilize it to the maximum that we can, so that we don't have to use our own finances for stuff that we want to do. There's lots of things that we could look at. I was just thinking the other day, it'd be nice to get some money to put a windmill up by the high school or something like that. There's lots of wind up there. There's all kinds of stuff you could do.
Okay, on to question 2. How would you ensure continued growth and development in the town of Hartland while maintaining a favorable tax rate for businesses and residents?
This is a unique question. For the last 2 years, actually, we have kept the tax rate the same or lower. Actually, we lowered it the last 2 years. It's difficult to do because you want to offer the same services. You might have to run a little leaner in different areas. One of the things that we really need to look forward in the future is to increase our tax base, either by housing or enticing new business to town. That would definitely help us out there. We need to use the services that we have. We got a brand new hospital pretty well. We got a new school up on the hill. We need to push to get our new community complex in place, to get it built, and then that will help attract new people to town, either through home purchases, or if you get people that want to come in and develop land, that'll help. Over the last couple of years, we've been working on a plan to help people with incentives to build new housing units. Whatever we can do to help the businesses to get people into town to spend the money.
Okay. This next question is a bit of a continuation of that, or maybe a bit of repetition. Hartland has almost 2,000 jobs in town, while less than 1,000 people live here. What should the town do to attract more people to live in Hartland and retain the residents we currently have?
Can you repeat that again?
Sure. Hartland has almost 2,000 jobs in town, while less than 1,000 people live here. What should the town do to attract more people to live in Hartland and retain the residents we currently have?
What do we do? That's a good question. I mean, we just need to keep doing what we're doing. We need to, right now, there really is nowhere for any new residents to live. I mean, we need to develop more housing, first off. We need to make sure that, all the citizens that we have now currently have good services, so we need to keep up our roads, we need to make sure that our infrastructure is good, we need to, we've been developing a plan to kind of categorize where we need to put work into, what we're gonna need to do in the next 10 years, whether it's sewer systems and stuff. I mean, you gotta upkeep all that stuff to maintain what you have, and you're gonna have to increase that if you're gonna build on or build in other areas. We need to keep putting money into things like our Beckwood Trail system. We need to develop it downtown. We need to have things for people to do and reasons for people to stay. We got, it's good that we have a lot of people coming to town, but it'd be nice if they was staying here.
Okay, thank you. And for the final question, how do you see the development of recreation facilities and tourism establishments in Hartland? And how would you balance that spending with transportation and utility infrastructure needs?
How do I see the
development of recreation facilities and tourism establishments in Hartland, and then balance that with spending on the infrastructure needs?
So we're in a unique position right now where once we get this new facility built, we're gonna free up $250,000 out of our budget that we currently spend to operate the facility now with the user agreement with the surrounding LSDs. So we need to really push to get this facility built so that we can reallocate that money elsewhere. And just like with everything else, with the Beckwood Trails, we need to develop that. We need people coming in. We got one of the greatest resources that's around the St. John River. I mean, the fishing is phenomenal there. We need to develop a dock, a new dock there. There's all kinds of things to do around here. You just need the resources for people to be able to do it. More green spaces. People love to be outdoors. We got a beautiful community garden down over the river there, and we really should look at having a dog park or something like that for people to have somewhere to go and socialize and let their dog off leash. We need to work on making the town more diverse and inclusive, so that when new people come to town, we're accepting of them and encouraging them to stay. And as far as transportation?
And just to balance that with the necessary infrastructure planning.
Okay.
All right, well, I guess it's time for your closing remarks.
Okay. So, yeah, basically, I feel that the previous council over the last 5 years have done a remarkable job. I'm proud to have been able to sit around this table and deal with what we've dealt with. It hasn't always been easy, but I feel that we have done an exceptional job. I've never once left feeling like we had done something that wasn't the right thing to do, it always, you know, some stuff was hard to do. Yeah, we had to make a lot of hard decisions, but I never felt like I was doing the wrong thing. And I think the town has flourished in the last 5 years. I mean, 5 years ago, there was 6 of us that ran for council, now there's 11 people lined up. So obviously, we did something right. People wanna continue what we've started, so, because of that, I think that, you know, I would really like to stay on, and I would appreciate the votes.
Okay, thank you.